the beautiful one, for she treats me so wickedly. For I thought I had conquered for you the most noble and the most gay in the world, but it does not please you that I have her. Therefore I will die desperate, love, and it will be wrong and sin if of this your well-wisher you have no some choice. If I had known I would not have loved, that it would take me in such a way. For now she is taken at my will, she who is proud and gay toward me, and of the harm I suffer from her she does not care. Rather she has placed me in such a snare that joy nor delight nor solace from another gives me any gladness, nor from her do I await any joy. Therefore I would willingly have stayed by the faith I owe you before my way, that I had never sought her, and yet she is not so gay that I do not speak ill of her. And I will speak annoyance and vileness, even if it is lies and folly, for a heart that is full of anger makes the mouth often fail. For I saw once the hour when she was frank and of good manner, and her mouth gently taught to speak a gay word toward good, worth fine and true, her body upright and beautifully formed, of teachings and of beauties that no man ever saw so gently, nor with such beautiful bearing. But now she has turned savage and fierce and of wild manner, for which hope breaks where my will was gay. Since it does not please her that good befalls me, I suffer worse than death, so angry I live. Now I know and recognize it is truth, that devils are her relatives, for she gives worse torment to her own. If you believe me, I would blame her who is not a base manner. I have laid down many lies in blaming the gay lady. Therefore it is right that I cut from now on. I part from her love by force, and since I know that it pleases her so much, at least I will part from her gracefully and go seek my better elsewhere.